What's poppin' people, SSJAipom here with episode 34 of the skill analysis series. We're checking out Bojack's mentor skills today, and we're trying to find ways to link into or use the skills and give any relevant information in terms of cancels, so you guys know how to use the skills in your custom created characters or on Bojack himself. Of course, if we miss anything or you have any practical tips, hook us up in the comment section below. Our lovely thick assistant is Potan, the female Saiyan, and her stats aren't at all padded for damage. As a female Saiyan, she has a minor increase to Ki Blast super damage, so keep that in mind for the damage values you see. We'll be checking out Reverse Launcher, Trap Shooter, Psycho Barrier, and Grand Smasher. Let's see what these moves has for us to use in combat. Reverse Launcher is a very nice Ki Blast super with moderately low base damage. The skill is designed as a feint to punish an opponent with an assault from both sides. You fire a Ki Blast from one direction and appear firing another one from another direction. It's kind of simple, but it's really cool. The skill has a decent startup time, so don't expect to just fling it out there left and right. You'll definitely need some space to pull it off, like without getting interrupted by Ki Blast or something like that, because it's very easy to cancel this move out by getting hit. Both parts of this attack seem to have fairly low guard pressure, but it's fine because the second part of the attack technically can't be blocked because you appear behind your opponent's back. 9 times out of 10, it's really easy to do. But if your opponent is step guarding, it might not be it might not be too useful there, and let's face it, your opponent probably will be step guarding. If you're not targeting a hostile player but you're in range, you'll definitely automatically target one. And this is true for Menacing Flare as well. In the previous skill analysis video, we kind of checked that one out, so hey, that's kind of nice. You can also consider using this skill as a way to dodge incoming attacks if they're slow enough, such as like a Big Bang attack or something, or if someone throws a supernova and you're not stamina broken. You can kind of use this as a sort of way to bridge distance between you and your target while avoiding their offense at the same time. It's very nice. This skill is very easy to combo into from knockbacks or even combos with long enough stuns somewhere in them, so be on the lookout. Bojack can definitely combo into this thing easily himself, and on custom created characters it wouldn't be bad to have something that can kind of bridge distance and at the same time be a bit more reliable in terms of range and distance than Menacing Flare. So check this one out if you haven't yet, guys.
Nice one. You know that one, eh? Oh, you know that one, eh?
Trap Shooter fires several fast-moving Ki Blasts with great tracking. They'll home in on your target and drill them for pretty decent damage, and as a standalone move it isn't too bad at all. You should note that the skill has the ability to be cancelled by pressing the input again, as long as your character's hand is still up in the air. Using Trap Shooter in this way lets you reset combo strings or psych out your target into making them get defensive or aggressive depending on their mindset. It's very good for mind games, and it can even be used as a way to kinda make them play the way you want them to. The skill is fast enough to be comboed into after most knockback strings, which is great for getting damage out without needing a stamina break at all. I can imagine how deadly this thing would be on a character with damage investment for Ki Blast supers, because remember, Potan doesn't have anything in her Ki Blast damage, and it still does pretty good. It's about a 2,000 to 3,000 damage extension after knockback combos, which is phenomenal. I'll recommend getting used to the strings that can combo into it and the timing you'll need to cancel the skill out. This way you can get several ways to kind of get your opponent to blow their stamina in fear of it hitting them like in the future. It's very, very good. Take note that canceling Trap Shooter won't cost you any Ki at all, so you can use it infinitely when you have a loop for your character or on Bojack that you like to use. Bojack can actually use this thing to create some pretty nice looking loops and cancel out of them with ease, and I gotta say, it's a good one.
You know that one, eh? Oh. Nice one. Oh.
Psycho Barrier is a super move that I figured would have been an evasive at first glance. You can create a small barrier around yourself that blocks incoming Ki attacks or unarmored opponents with ease. You should note that the skill has an advanced mechanic that lets you expand the dome each time you press the input up to 3 times. You can mess with the timing of when you activate the advanced mechanic to trick your opponent or stall a move out if the move is kinda slow or it has sort of a cast time. The biggest detail of this attack though that you might have overlooked is that it does block ultimate attacks with ease. Ball and beam type ultimates actually do get stopped by touching the barrier at all. Area of effect moves like Ultra Fighting Bomber or Giant Storm might be able to breach the dome. In testing Raccoon Fighting Bomber or whatever the hell it is, absolutely ate it, and I was getting hit really hard, as you can see. But the skill can also be used to punish an opponent who snap vanishes out of one of your combos. Just make sure that your reading is right, and you can perform a lockdown and punish them for trying to escape you. And since you can kind of expand the dome, you can make it harder and harder to dodge if they're not fast enough on their feet. It's really good. It doesn't do much damage, but hurting or slowing down your opponent's momentum will help you a lot in PvP settings. Again, this move is really cool, and the fact that it can actually block ultimate attacks for the cost of 1 bar of ki instead of stamina is ridiculous. It's actually very fast too, guys, so be sure to mess around with this one and see what you can do in terms of, you know, hey, Papa, you gotta do that.
Hey. Nice one. Hey. Oh, that one, eh? Oh, you know 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 that. Oh, you know that one, eh? Oh, you know that one, eh?
Grand Smasher is a generic run-of-the-mill energy ball ultimate with decently long startup time at first glance. This skill takes 2 to 3 seconds to charge up and fire, and it hits for respectable damage without much investment in damage at all. The skill has an advanced mechanic, however, where if you press the input again, it detonates at any point while shredding the opponent, and then the detonation is actually going to be the big burst of damage. Triggering the mechanic at that point makes the skill actually unblockable. There aren't many situations with Bojack where I'd recommend going for this skill while the target is still even able to block, so the advanced mechanic is kind of useless there, but on a character with a heavy knockdown, it's fairly easy to land it, and it hits pretty hard at the cost of just 3 to 4 bars of ki. The advanced mechanic takes that 1 additional bar of ki from the cost. Big shout out to the homie Lee for clearing that up for me in the comment section below on the last Bojack video. Big shout out to you for that. Thank you, homie. And I'd say it's a pretty neat ultimate. It's not too flashy, not too extra, but it's very satisfying to end matches with it, I gotta say. The way the screen shakes is just hilarious. And to be honest with you guys, on a weird superficial level, there weren't many like green energy ball ultimates that I would have liked to use on characters, because say for a series like maybe I want to say Adventures of Aipom, where a character has to use like green moves, you know, it would have been nice to have this back in the day. So that's really neat on them to make this thing like that. Bojack most likely won't need to use it in PvP in terms of keeping his damage up, just because of how respectable his damage output can be in terms of his basic combo strings. But of course, for the sake of being stylish with your finish though, it's definitely one you could try out. I gotta say, this thing hits pretty hard for something that doesn't have investment. So imagine on a character with, say, even 50 points in Ki Blast supers and a super soul to pad it, it could probably hit for upwards of 9,000 damage, like, with ease. So hey, it gets a plus from me. But with all of that out of the way, the only thing left to do is to test out the skills against Bojack and see if his AI has any secret ways of using the skills that I didn't think of. I already knew that I wanted to end the fight with Grand Smasher, and I didn't practice any resets with Trap Suitor beforehand. Did I say Suitor? New move, Trap Suitor, coming in DLC Pack 4. I didn't practice any combos with Trap Shooter beforehand, so I didn't use it. If you haven't though, check out the other videos we have on the channel where we cover combo references and tips for all available cast characters on the roster, stamina break combos, general tips to get you better at fighting games, and Dragonball Xenoverse 2 in general, the Adventures of Aipom series, a Legacy of Goku 2 playthrough that is still in the works, skits, and of course more mentor and iconic skill analysis videos much like this one. We're gonna keep it. Hey, Jim, we're gonna keep it. Take 2. Gotenks was the character requested to appear next in the series, but we may do a special episode or 2 covering Goku Black, Rose, and Zamasu if you guys want them covered. So just let me know in the comment section if you want to see those guys next without their skills available on cast characters, custom characters, and we'll just go over them as cast characters with these skills and see what those skills mean. And I'll be seeing you guys in the very next video. Enjoy the twerking and take care of yourselves.
Hurry up.
What?